Hi guys, this is your host and host Suhail Mathur, best-selling author and co-founder of the Book Bakers Literary Agency, and I welcome you to a brand new episode of Superstars with Suhail. And the superstar over here today with us is a lady who wears many different hats and very ably so. She has been a noted figure in the Indian Armed Forces, being and playing a crucial role in Operation Parakram, and not just that, she also went on to win several beauty contests, which also formed the basis of her best-selling book. Ladies and gentlemen, the very inspirational, the very dynamic, and the extremely witty Lieutenant Colonel Ankita Srivastava. Ankita, how are you?
Thank you, Suhail. Thank you. I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here. I'm doing good. How are you?
Very well, Ankita, very well. And I'm so happy to have you on my show. And this is a show called Superstars with Suhail, where the questions will be sharp and the responses hopefully sharper. So our show has 13 segments, and you just have to promise us three things. Number one, you will be frank and honest. Number two, you will be quick and fast. And number three, nothing that comes in our show should shock you. So with those three things firmly in place, we will start our round very soon. So we now present to you, Ankita, our first segment, which is called Pehli Pehli Baar Hai. So now in Pehli Pehli Baar Hai, what we are going to do is that we are going to ask you 5 firsts from your life, and you need to respond very quickly to all of them and give us a quick background to it so that our viewers get to know a little more. So without further ado, here is the first of your firsts. Your first crush.
In class 11.
Okay, in class 11, and who was he, and did you ever tell him, and just fill us up on the details?
No, it was like 2 ghar and 1 gali chhod ke. So I could only see I was not clear whether he had 2 eyes, 1 nose and 1 lips. But then I had a crush on him because he was from NDA. He used to come during the breaks and he would keep doing those antics on his terrace, and I used to keep looking at him.
Oh, nice. But so he never got to know that you had a crush on him?
No.
Totally his loss. So that's great. The second question for you, Ankita, is your first salary and how did you spend it?
Oh, my first salary was my Indian Army salary, my first unit. And how did I spend it? I went out and I bought lots of muffins and that baby milk powder, which I was so fond of eating. I bought a dabba of that, lactogen, and I kept eating in my room. That is how I spent.
And what was your first salary?
It was around 3,500 or something in 1994 March.
Nice. So that's a good salary back then. Wonderful. Your first vehicle?
Kinetic Honda with my own salary.
Wonderful. And which year was this?
1994 end, and my nani had actually given me 23,000, nice. Which I kept giving every month back to her.
Superb. So eventually you yourself bought it, so highly commendable. Not only purchasing it but also riding it, way back in 94 when it wasn't that common for ladies to drive. So kudos to you once again, Ankita. Your first literary memory or something that you associate with the world of literature as your earliest memory?
Something which I wrote?
No, it could be anything that you associate with the world of literature. Your first memory.
Okay, I started with Enid Blyton, reading those books in my school, and I remember that only, and then Hardy Boys, and then Nancy Drew. I majorly associate myself with borrowing books from the library in the name of other girls who never used to read. And I also associate a very strong memory. I was never caught in my classroom in class 8. On my lap, a Nancy Drew will be sitting, I would be reading, and samne history teacher would be teaching the history.
That is wonderful. That's also an art. That's also an art of not getting caught. That's why you made such a successful soldier also, because you never got caught. So that is fantastic. So, and in fact, this is a very interesting thing that you mentioned. Buying, taking up books in the names of others. I remember I was at law school, in National Law University, Delhi, and what used to happen over there was that they had this entry register, where 6 o'clock, you could leave, but you had to be back by 8 o'clock. So, or something thereabout. So, any person who used to come later, by 9 or 9:30 or 10, as the case may be, and I never did it, but these were things that my colleagues told me. What they used to do was that they used to write names of people who never existed. So the names used to be there. So the guard used to take it next day to the authorities, saying that these were the people who came late. But there wasn't anyone like that in the entire university. So it was just a university dedicated to law students. So it was a close-knit university. But so kids always come up with these interesting, innovative ideas, and your memory just brought that memory back to me, and I thought I must share it. The last question from the first segment: how did the idea of your first book with the book bakers germinate? So your first book, of course, with us has been the highly successful Olive Green to Beauty Queen. How did the idea of writing that book come about?
Okay, writing, if you're talking about the writing about that book, of course it came out the moment I participated in Gladrex Visit India, and the kind of funny things I used to see around me, it propelled me to write it down and tell the world that what they are showing is not exactly, and let me be honest about telling what exactly I've been seeing.
Sure.
Of course, I was the tortoise in the sea of mermaids there. So I thought, let this tortoise speak to the world.
You were a tortoise, but you had a lot of hair. So hair and the tortoise both in one.
Yeah.
So superb. That's wonderful, and I'm so happy that the book is done so well, and you've been at so many literary festivals across the country, and everyone has showered so much love, bestowed so much love on the book. So it fills our heart with a lot of pride. So well done, Ankita, and well done on completing the first round very quickly. And that brings us to our second segment, which is called the Rocking Rapid Fire. So now in the Rocking Rapid Fire, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you 10 questions, and you have to answer them in a rocking manner and a rapid manner. So here we go with your first question. A movie you saw on the sly from your parents?
None.
None. Okay. Although there was a horror movie called The Nun. I hope you're not talking about that. Alright. An Indian male author or someone from the literary fraternity you find handsome?
Somebody from the literary, okay, you. SUHAIL Mathur.
Thank you so much. Safe answer. Alright. Commercial success or critical acclaim?
Critical acclaim.
Alright. Book launches or lit fests?
Lit fest.
Okay. Who's hotter? A man in a suit or a man in a swimming trunk?
Suit. Anytime an overdressed man is the best man.
Alright. An Indian actor you would like to date?
Indian actor. Vicky Kaushal.
Vicky Kaushal. Alright. Naughty or nice?
Oh, nice.
Nice. Alright. Movies or web series?
Movies.
An Indian book you wish you had written?
Indian book that I wish. Oh, the lady who won that Arundhati's book. I could have rewritten it.
The God of Small Things.
The Gods of Small Things.
Alright.
I can find Hajar coming in that.
Alright. Mind, body or soul? The aspect that impresses you the most?
The soul.
The soul. Wonderful, wonderful. So very nice answers, Ankita. Very quick also. So that is great. And now that brings us to our segment 3, which is called Poocho To Jaane. So now in segment 3, Poocho To Jaane, what we've done is that an author from the book Bakers has asked you a surprise question, and you obviously have to answer that question, but then you also have to tell who has asked that question. And there is a three idiots connotation over here. So I'll give you three options. So if you're able to answer in the first go, you are like Rancho, Amir Khan, topper of the class. If you answer in the second attempt, you are like Farhan, played by Madhavan, who's a decent student. And if you answer in the last go, well, you are like Raju Sharman Joshi, where you would ideally not like to be. So, without further ado, the question for you is this. If you had a chance to elope with a leading Bollywood star, who would it be? Kartik Aaryan or Varun Dhawan? But I'll just improve on it. In case you want somebody else other than Vicky Kaushal, because now we know you like Vicky Kaushal, other than Vicky Kaushal, but out of these two options, please let us know. If you had a chance to elope with a leading Bollywood star, who would that be?
Kartik Aaryan any day.
Kartik Aaryan. Alright, so that was a good answer. No holds barred response. And that brings me to the options now. So
but let me tell you why Kartik Aaryan.
Okay.
Because he's one guy who keeps smiling and laughing all the time. And I love people who smile and laugh a lot. And it's not a fake one.
Absolutely. I think the ones who laugh, in a fake manner, they need to eat Good Day biscuit. Because that is what their current campaign is about. So, alright. So now you need to tell me, Ankita, that who has asked you this question? Is it Nithya Shashi? Is it Rashima Verma? Or is it Mr. Ashwini Bhattacharya? Who out of these three have asked you this question?
This has to be Nithya.
This has to be Nithya. Well, Ankita believes that it is Nithya, and the answer is actually Nithya. So well done, Ankita, you got it right. You are like Amir Khan, Rancho from Three Idiots. Well done, so Nithya in fact asked that question and you've guessed it perfectly well. So great job done. And now with that firmly in place, I'm going to move to segment 4, which is called Best and the Worst. So now, Ankita, in Best and the Worst, I'm going to ask you a few of your favorite things and a few things you totally detest. So without much ado, here we go. Your favorite dish?
Cookies and chai.
Alright. The yuckiest dish you've ever had?
Avocado. Raw. Oh.
Raw avocado. Alright. Your favorite film?
Dil Chahta Hai.
The worst movie you've ever seen?
Oh, so many.
One that's coming to your mind?
I don't remember much, but then I think I'll not be able to name them, but many of them are there. I'm not a movie buff actually. Most of the movie are not very good, so I can't tell you.
Alright, your favorite actor?
Okay. Right now, no one except for Atul Kulkarni.
Atul Kulkarni. Alright. The best film and the worst film of your favorite actor?
Best. No idea.
अरे तो आपके बेस्ट एक्टर फेवरेट एक्टर कैसे बने? कोई पिक्चर देखी होगी ना आपने उनकी?
नहीं, उनको मैंने वेब सीरीज में देखा तो मुझे ठीक लग रहा है.
अच्छा, वो जो अभी आई है the political one on Hotstar.
Even there's a sandwich forever करके there's a very interesting series. You must see it.
Okay, on which platform is it?
Live, Sony Live.
Sony Live. All right.
Oh, interesting series.
I'll see it. Your favorite song?
हार के बाद ही जीत है.
Super, wonderful. That is a great song indeed. A hit or a popular song that you don't like or didn't like?
अरे वो that gypsy बना ले, मुर्गी बना ले, मलाइका अरोरा.
That was
saying I hate it. I hated that song.
That is I think Kareena's version in Dabang 2. Fevicol.
No,
The
it's
Fevicol song.
Malaika Arora.
That is Munni
don't know
Badna. That is Munni Badna.
Fevicol se chipka le.
That is Kareena's version. Yeah. That is Kareena's version. Yes, yes. Overrated for sure.
Horrendous song.
I agree with you. Overrated for sure. So alright, Fevicol from Dabang 2 is the answer to that. The best thing about your spouse?
Best thing about my spouse, he always pushes me to go and shine.
Okay. As long as you're not standing near a cliff, it's all good. Okay. One thing you would want to improve in your spouse?
Oh, very much. I have to train him to love his children more than his wife actually.
Alright. So great responses, Ankita, and that brings a closure to segment 4 and brings us now to segment 5, which is called Dimag Ka Dahi. Alright.
Oh.
So in Dimag Ka Dahi, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to ask you a brain teaser and you have to very simply respond to it. So nothing major, but let's see how much fun we have. I'll ask you one, and if I'm in the mood, then I may just ask you two. So here goes. So एक बार एक आदमी था, एक बार एक गूंगा आदमी था, उसको टूथब्रश चाहिए था. So he went to this grocery store and he wanted a toothbrush. So he did this. So the shopkeeper was very intelligent. He understood that this guy wants a toothbrush. He gave it to him. After that, एक वहाँ पे अंधा आदमी आया, उसको स्पेक्स चाहिए थी. कैसे मांगी?
कैसे मांगेगा? अंधा आदमी इशारे ही करके मांगेगा, ऐसे करके मांगेगा. बट उसको स्पेक्स चाहिए क्यों, वो जब अंधा है?
वो सेकेंडरी है. आंसर इसका ये है, बोल के.
Well, this only can come from you only.
बोल के मांगेगा. So yes, but good. At least it was a fast response, so I appreciate that. And after very successfully completing segment 5, I have a very interesting round for you, which is called segment 6. Never have I ever. So you basically know how Never Have I Ever is played, but in our field we play it slightly differently. And what we do is that I'll ask you 10 questions, and what you need to do is you need to show your fingers, all 10 fingers. And
I'm holding the mobile. How can I show it?
अच्छा, तो आप 5 और 5 कर लेना. चलिए 5 और 5 कर लेना. 5 और 5 कर लेना. And with everything that you've done, you just put your finger down. All right. So let's take it forward from here. Never have I ever stolen in a shop.
Never done.
Okay, so keep your fingers like this. Yeah, if you've not done, you tell me. I'll move to the next one. Okay. Beaten someone from the opposite gender. You have one.
I've done.
Okay. Kissed someone from the same gender.
Never done.
Okay. Made an excuse to not pay the restaurant bill.
Never.
Alright. Stalked the profile of an ex.
Yes.
अच्छा, दो फिंगर्स नीचे रखिए. अब 2 फिंगर्स नीचे रखिए. हाँ, ये 2 हो गए ना. हाँ. Got drunk at a party.
Never. I don't drink.
That's very good. Had naughty thoughts about an office colleague.
Never. They are like yuck.
Okay. Kissed in public.
In public. Yes.
Okay, nice. Used a pickup line to impress someone.
Oh, so many times. I can manufacture so many pickup lines.
Wonderful. Lied about your actual location to someone.
Yeah, I've done it many
All
times.
Right. So how many have we got? We've got 5 or we've got 6?
5.
5.
Yeah, 5
All
we
right.
have got.
Wonderful. So 50%. That's decent. At least you've done a mix of both things adequately. So I think that's the perfect way to stay. And well responded to Ankita as well. And that brings me to segment 7, which is my favorite segment. And it is called Main Hoon Kaun. now in Main Hoon Kaun, what
Hmm.
I would be doing is that I would be asking you about a personality and giving you 3 clues about that personality. Alright? So if you're able to answer and you're able to guess who that personality is in the first clue itself, or even in the second clue for that matter, you will get an added bonus for
Okay.
one of the rounds that is going to come later. Alright?
Wow.
But if you give a wrong answer, then you will also receive a penalty for that round which is going to come ahead. If you don't know, you can pass. And in the third clue, you can take a wild guess. There are no penalties, but there are no benefits either. So we can see. So without taking more of your time, here is your personality's first clue. The fifth of 6 children. I was born in Amritsar purely because my mother had labor pains while in the train and doctors advised her not to travel any further in that condition.
This is a celebrity, Indian actor you're talking about.
This is an Indian personality, noted Indian personality, and you have to tell who it is. In case you don't know, you can pass. I'll move to the second option.
Khushwant Singh.
That is incorrect. So now you're liable to a penalty as you move ahead. But nonetheless, I'll move to the second clue. Originally wanting to study medicine, I was eventually inducted into a batch of pioneers at the IMA where my colleagues, out of a total of just 15, included the future commanders-in-chiefs of Burma and Pakistan.
Pass.
Okay. The third clue is the Dangal girls Fatima Sana Sheikh and Sania Malhotra are going to star in my soon-to-be released biopic, which also stars one of TBB, the book baker's authors, Darius Chinoy, in one of the roles. The Dangal girls, Fatima Sana Sheikh and Sania Malhotra are going to star in my biopic, which also stars Darius Chinoy, a book baker's author, in one of the roles. Who am I? Now you can take a wild guess because there are no repercussions.
I'll guess. Okay, Ashwini Bhatnagar.
Ashwini sir will be elated to know that a movie is being made on him, but that is.
Acha, nahi. Oh, okay. This is a biopic. Sorry, wait a minute. No, I can't.
Okay, so the answer is Sam Manekshaw. So, answer is Sam Manekshaw. So he was the fifth of 6 children, and his colleagues over there were Smith Dunn and Muhammad Musa Khan, who became the commanders-in-chief of Burma and Pakistan. And Fatima Sana Sheikh and Sania Malhotra are playing crucial roles in, Sam Manekshaw's movie version that's going to come out, which is being directed by Meghna Gulzar. And Fatima is of course playing Indira Gandhi, Mrs. Indira Gandhi in it. And your very favorite, I thought you'll know, your very favorite Vicky Kaushal is playing the role of Sam Bahadur, as the movie is called. So,
Yes, you just fight about it completely.
yes. So that is how it is. And so that brings me to segment 8. Segment 8, which is a very interesting segment, and it's called Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost. So now in Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost, what we do is that we ask the author about their dream cast. So if Olive Green to Beauty Queen would turn into a movie, who would you want to play your role?
Sushmita Singh.
Okay, and your husband's role?
I don't know.
Any?
Maybe Vicky Kaushal can play.
Vicky Kaushal and Sushmita Sen, interesting. So that's great. But that's not how things work in our part of the interview. So what we've done is that basically we've got these 2 chit boxes, and this has the names of Bollywood actors and this has the names of Bollywood actresses. And what I'd be doing is I'd be shuffling these, and you have to tell me to stop. I'll pick out 3 chits, and then you have to tell me which out of the 3 you would want to keep. And then once we have the names for both the categories, I'll announce what your cast would be. Alright,
Okay,
it's a fun
okay.
game. So I'm starting with the men first. You let me know when you want me to stop.
Stop.
Okay. I'll pick out 3. That's number 1. That is number 2. And this is number 3. So out of 1, 2, 3, which one do you want?
The number 2.
Number 2. Okay, so 1 goes back and 3 goes back. Now we move to the ladies. I'll see the name later on. So here we are with the ladies. You let me know.
Stop.
Okay. So that's number 1. That's number 2. And that's number 3. So out of 1, 2, 3, which one do you want?
1. Number 1.
Okay. So let's see what you've got. Interesting. Okay. So if the movie version was indeed made, your role would be played by Urvashi Rautela. Alright.
Okay.
Which is good. She's at least pretty looking, so I think she can play the beauty queen role well. But I'm wondering that your husband might not be too pleased, because if the movie version was made, his role would be played by Rajpal Yadav.
Oh no! No.
So Rajpal Yadav and Urvashi Rautela make the cast of Olive Green Beauty Queens film version. Very interesting. See, I'm also wearing an olive green today in your honor.
Yeah, I can. Suhail, I have to compliment you. Why did I say that the author from the literary world, I really look, he looks dapper and all smart, and I really like him as you, because your dress sense is too good.
Thank
all
you so
your
much.
chashmas, all your coats, your blazers, and the fun. It is the brain that actually makes you very attractive.
Thank you so much. Thank you. My day is made. Yay. Perfect start to my day. And with that perfect start, we move to segment 9, which is called What Would You Do? So in segment 9, I'd be asking you questions and you have to very simply tell, what would you do if you woke up as Rakhi Sawant?
I'll first attend a class how to speak properly.
Alright. If Urfi Javed was your fashion designer?
Oh, I'll de-hire her immediately.
If you became the Prime Minister for a day?
Oh, I am gonna lay out so many rules of discipline for the entire country, and especially for the women, I would teach them, stop playing the women card and the victim card. Let's be strong, take over whatever you have.
Wonderful. Well said. If Sunny Leone approached you to act as you in your biopic?
Okay. I'll teach her. I'll train her.
Alright.
I'll make the best out of her.
Okay. If you had the power of invisibility, what would you do?
Oh, I'll go to everybody's house, all those men who have literally rejected me, and I'll find out why did they do so, and what are they having such good things in their life that they don't really require me.
Exactly. Very well said. Now, if your cell phone fell into the toilet?
If I am self?
If your cell phone fell into the toilet, what would you do?
If it is in the commode, I'll take it out immediately.
Alright, fair enough, that's good. If God came in front of you?
Oh, I'll thank him. I'll thank him for the life he has given, whatever he has given to me. Gratitude, simple gratitude.
That's, I think, the best approach to have. If you were swimming and someone stole your clothes?
I'll come out, I'll look for it, and then I'll borrow a towel from somewhere.
Yeah, or maybe you may just call God at that point of time to help you out. Okay, if you found yourself inside the Bigg Boss house?
Hey, gee, that is such a stupid house. I'll become the Bigg Boss.
Okay, yeah, you certainly deserve to be. And if someone changed your gender?
Oh yes, I always wanted that. I'll be smoking on the roads. I'll be doing all the boys things which I am as a girl not able to do. Keep acting funny wherever I want to.
Perfect. That's great. And that brings a wrap to segment 9 and brings me to segment 10. So very quickly, because we have 4 rounds to go and 7 minutes before our Zoom meeting ends. So very quickly then, segment 10 is what next? So, very quickly, Ankita, just tell everyone, what are you currently working on and when can we expect your next book? So just give us a brief idea about it, not the exact idea, but just a brief idea what you're working on.
As you had suggested, a book of first, which I started writing. It is about the women officers of the Indian Defence, basically Army, Air Force, Navy. All the women officers who have achieved a tag of first in there while serving in the country in the uniform, as well as doing something interesting after they've hung their boots as well.
Wonderful. Yes, I have had the honor of taking at that list as well, and it's a fantastic list, and I'm sure everyone will love the book once it comes out. So eagerly looking forward to the script coming our way and then bring it out in the market. So I'm sure everyone will look forward to that. And that brings me to segment 11, which is called Joke Time. So Ankita, in Joke Time, as the name suggests, very simple. You need to either tell us a joke or you need to recount a funny anecdote from your life. So either of the two.
Yeah, funny anecdote I can say. I don't remember the joke which I did.
Sure. Please tell that.
So in this Black Mrs. India about my book Olive Green to Beauty Queen, this lady who was on the national TV, I will not like to name her. I don't know if I can name her. So this lady walks up to me.
You can give us a hint. You can give us a hint. We'll try to guess.
The lady who did Swayamvar with Mahajan's son, basically.
Okay.
Pramod Mahajan's son. She won the Swayamvar.
Dimpy Ganguly.
Yeah. So this lady walks up to me because she was part of the Gladrex Mega Model, and she asked me during the tea break. I was the first one to reach the tea break. मुझे बहुत भूख लगती थी. बाकी सब स्टाफ कर लेते थे. मैं तो भाग के जाती थी पहले खाना खाने. कुछ ना कुछ खाना है. So she comes and asks me, "Is there a fag?" Hey, I said hi because they don't say hi or hello over there. It's a hey and wait. I said, "ठीक है, what is it?" So she said, "Is there a fag here?" I said, "Fag तो सर्व नहीं किया उन लोगों ने आज. इधर दिख नहीं रहा है. मैंने पूरा सबका नाम देखा जाके पढ़ के, क्यों नाम लिखा रहता था ना क्या क्या आइटम है. मैंने बोला फैग नहीं सर्व किया इन्होंने. So she shouted at me, "I'm dying." I said, "Oh, and I need a fag." I said, "Medical emergency. मैं भाग के जाऊँ डॉक्टर के पास, ये मर रही है. मैं आर्मी ऑफिसर हूँ, मुझे बचाना है इसको." Then she got so irritated, she did like this. "I need a bloody fag." And then मुझे समझ में आया वो सिगरेट मांग रही. मुझे मालूम नहीं था फैग का मतलब. That's how
hilarious. No, very interesting. We can just envisage this. So, superb, well done. And that brings us to segment 12, which is called Zaban Sambhal Ke. So now Zaban Sambhal Ke, I have 6 tongue twisters, and you have to ideally choose one from. You can say any number from 1 to 6. Although you have a penalty, so I may just ask you 2. But nonetheless, let's start off with 1. Let me know any number from 1 to 6 and I'll tell you which one it is.
6.
6. Okay. So the 6th tongue twister is Le Niyam, De Niyam. Niyam as in rules. Niyam as in rules.
Okay.
Le Niyam, De Niyam. De Niyam, Le Niyam. So, Lenium, Denium, Denium, Lenium. That's 1. Say it 5 times, but quickly. Lenium, Denium, Denium, Lenium.
Okay. Lenium, Denium, Lenium, Denium, Lenium, Lenium, Denium, Denium, Lenium, Lenium, Lenium.
This is now sounding like a gas. Lenium and Denium.
Helium and helium. Oh God.
Oh, but fun. It's certainly fun, and thanks for at least attempting it, and also getting a couple of them right out of the 5. But yes, interesting nonetheless. And that brings me to my final round, which is a very interesting round. It is called TBB Shoutout. So Ankita, in TBB shoutout, you have to tell us very quickly, how has your experience been working with the bookmakers, and what did you make out of this show, Superstars with Suhail?
See, working with TBB is that one thing, I got a lot of visibility, especially in the Lit Fest when you had invited me and you had associated me with those people, and the number of people I have met through your platform, it is immense. It is, see, as an author, everybody has the desire to connect with other people as well, and that has been a big thing. And because of Bookmaker and even this Vasant Vihar Lit Fest or the Nagpur Lit Fest, so much of respect I have earned just because you gave me the visibility.
No, but you all deserve all the respect, and I'm so happy that everyone enjoyed your sessions. And then, what did you make out of Superstars with Suhail?
Oh, this was such a surprise. In fact, I was not even told what is going to be asked. What is it? It was fun. It brings out the naughty side of me, which I'm generally most disciplined and all that. I am a naughty person, but then I generally remain in a very disciplined avatar. But this made me let my hair down actually. So it was really cute.
So, I mean, that was the entire idea, to make the viewers know the actual author. We all know about the book, but we must know about the author as well. And thank you so much for being so candid in your responses, sharing everything in your inimitable style. And I knew that it would be a rocking, interview, and you have proved me correct. So thank you so much for being a part of it. And ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Can I just show the book?
Please do. Yes, Olive Green to Beauty Queen. It's available on Amazon at several bookstores in the country. Please go and buy it. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of this wonderful interview. I will see you next week with another superstar on Superstars with Suhail. Till then, this is Suhail Mathur and Lieutenant Colonel Ankita Srivastava saying bye. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Thanks.
Okay, it went well. So great job done. मैं इसको जल्दी से सेव कर लेता हूँ, ठीक है? So that हम लोग इसको फिर फिनिश कर लें वहाँ से, ठीक है? चलिए. All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Bye. Bye.